going on, family? It is ThickChickVlogs. Today we are going to discuss a few things. Like I said, since I have been moving, things have been kind of switched around a little bit, and I haven't been able to discuss a lot of things due to packing and moving, and y'all know the stress of moving and all that good shit. But anyway, we are going to come in today, and we are going to have a little bit of girl talk and just have general conversations so we can discuss things back and forth. And in the comment section, y'all already know how we do. Okay. But the first thing that I want us to come on here and I want us to talk about is the Mary J. Blige situation. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have heard Mary J. Blige. She did an interview, and on the interview, she was talking to the interviewer, and he was basically asking her, well, first and foremost, she was telling him that her and her husband are about to celebrate their 11-year anniversary. And she told him that she never thought that she would make it 11 years in a marriage. And the interviewer was basically asking her, well, you know, how do you make your marriage work? You know, what things works for you? She said, well, you know, I have my group of female friends and he has his group of male friends. And she said, that's what works in our marriage. She said, her personal opinion is she doesn't think that when you are in a marriage with someone, it is okay for you to have friends of the opposite sex. Basically, if I'm married to you, she doesn't think it's okay for me to have male friends, and she doesn't think it's okay for you to have female friends. Now, I will say that I agree with her to a certain extent, okay? Now, we will talk about those people who have had friends of the opposite sex prior to meeting their spouse. Now, if you have a childhood friend who you've been friends with for years and years and years, and it's always been just you and that childhood friend, you know, just being friends, nothing sexual or anything like that. You're just friends 100%. That person probably has their mate. You have your mate, and that's all that it is. I don't think there is anything wrong with having friends of the opposite sex that were your friends prior to you getting married. Now, let me explain that a little bit further. What I don't agree with is when you have people who are in marriages or in really serious committed relationships who decide to go out and make female friends or friends of the opposite sex newly. You know, basically, why all of a sudden that you need all these female friends and shit now, and you know, you're in a relationship or you're married and all this type of stuff. I think that can cause problems. Now, I am not saying that in all cases when you have a person of the opposite sex who becomes friends with your spouse, I'm not saying that causes problems always, but a lot of times you have people who have motives, okay? You may think they're trying to be your friend, but, you know, sometimes there are, you know, hidden agendas there. And I can totally understand a person not wanting their spouse or their boyfriend or their girlfriend or whoever to go out, you know, on a venture to make friends of the opposite sex. My thing is, you're a grown-ass man or woman. Okay, I understand, you know, you go to work, you might have female acquaintances at work and all this type of stuff. But let me tell you where I think it may cross the line. Now, I'm not saying that you can't talk to females, you know, you at work or, you know, you over your friend's house and a female come up. I'm not talking about that. But when you start making friends that you haven't known for years and years and years, okay, yes, I said years and years and years. When you have people that, you know, you're just meeting and, you know, you're exchanging numbers and you have conversations and, you know, you going out on these little lunch dates and shit, you know, oh yeah, we took out lunch together. We went out to eat. No, I don't. Now, like I said, if you have a friend, this is my own personal opinion. If you have a friend who you knew prior to us getting in a relationship, and I've met this friend, you know, we're all cool, we're all lovey-dovey and all this type of shit, we're all one big happy family, then yes, have no problem with that. But if you are in a relationship and then you decide to go out and like, oh, okay, I met this chick and now we friends, what? No, I really, my thing is this. I feel like if it's working for Mary J. Blige and her husband, why not continue to do it? A lot of people were giving her a lot of flack saying that she is controlling. They feel like she is insecure. I feel like that has nothing to do with insecurity. And let me explain why. A lot of times you may think it's, you know, you know, you may trust your husband. Let me put it like this. You may trust your husband or you may trust your wife. most times it's that other person who you have a little bit of suspicions of. Because sometimes you get people, like I said, they try to look for any little gap or loopholes that they can find in your relationship to try to slip on through. That is, just a fact of the matter. So I want to know you guys' opinions on that. Do you, think it's okay for your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend to have, friends of the opposite sex? Does it have to be friends? Like I, mentioned that they knew previous to the relationship or previous to the marriage, or can they go out and make friends with the opposite sex, after you get married? Are you okay with that? What is the limitations to these, friends of the opposite sex? Can they talk on the phone? Can they have conversations on the phone? Can they go out, like if he's going on lunch and she's going on lunch, can they meet up to have lunch? Is that okay? Little things like that. Or does it have to be in a setting to where you are present when, your spouse and this person is actually having a conversation, or they're having a meetup and all this type of stuff? And I really think it's suspicious when you have these female friends who getting these late night phone calls from. Not late night, but I really don't see a guy getting on the phone and talking to a female who he considers a friend for hours on end and that type of stuff. I think that's a little bit disrespectful, but I decided to throw that out there. There's not something that's going on with Mary J. Blige or anything. But you have some people out there who have friends of the opposite sex that they do that with. I mean, it's just something that they do, and the wife or the husband or the boyfriend or whatever, they don't have a problem with it. But I want to know what you guys feel about your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever having a friend of the opposite sex, okay? So let me know in the comment section below about that. Also, I wanted to talk to you guys about this situation that I watched on The Advice Show TV. I don't know if you guys follow The Advice Show TV. If you don't, I suggest you go over and check out his channel. He puts out a lot of current events. Some of it is real crazy ass shit, and some of it is just, general information that a lot of us, already know about, and he just gives his viewpoints on it and things like that. But anyway, there was this young lady who she basically said that she doesn't feel bad about getting government assistance because she feels like it is free money. The guy, he asked her, well, do you have a job? She was like, no, I get $700, I think she said $750 per month in food stamps, and she gets $500 a month in TANF. I think that's welfare. She gets $500 a month in TANF, and I want to say she gets like $60 or something, and or whatever she was saying. And he asked her, he said, "What, do you live in government housing?" She said, "Yeah." So she said, "I don't feel like I have to get a job." She said, "I don't have to pay any rent. I'm getting damn near $800 a month in food stamps, and I get $500 in welfare. So that covers her bills. Her rent is paid, and she got food to eat. So she feels like there is no need for her to go out and get a job." Those were her words, not mine. And let me explain to you guys why I have a problem with the welfare system. A lot of times, it's not even the people that I have a problem with a lot of times. Then again, let me take that back. Okay, I don't have an issue with people who are on welfare, people who, get food stamps or anything like that. I have no problem with the people who get it and people who actually need it. But you have a lot of people out there who abuse the system and all this type of stuff, with people who actually work for a living, who are paying taxes, who are putting money into these government benefits for people who refuse to go out and get jobs, people who continuously have all of these children, and knowing that they don't have any means to take care of them, and they basically depend on the government for taking care of them and their children. He also asked her something else about the government housing. She was like, well, one of the places that I lived in, I actually got kicked out of because I was letting my boyfriend live there. And if you guys don't know, when you're on welfare, when you're on TANF, when all that type of stuff, when you're living in government housing, you can't have anybody living there with you. You can't. I mean, it's against their rules. If they find out that you have someone living there with you, they will kick you out of their housing. So she said that happened to her because she had a boyfriend living there, but I guess, she kicked him out or whatever, they broke up, and she ended up getting her government housing back. But she said she feels like she doesn't have to go get a job because she gets free money from the government, which is 100% true. In a lot of these cases, you have a lot of people who have this mentality to where, to be brutally honest with you, if they did go out and get a job, let's keep it 100% trill, be a Holyfield. You get a lot of these people, if they do give up their government housing and they go out and they get a job and all this stuff. Just say, for instance, this young lady decides that she wants to go and get a job at McDonald's or Walmart or somewhere like that, okay? And she is making, I'm just going to say $7.25 an hour, $8 an hour, depending on where you live in the, you know, what state you live in, based on your minimum wage or whatever. Okay, and she's working part-time, maybe even full-time. You know, a lot of times these jobs, they don't necessarily hire you full-time, they're hiring you part-time. And just say she's bringing home $200 per week, okay? That's what, that's $800 a month. I think she said she has 3 kids. Okay, she's making $800 a month. They're going to cut her food stamps. They're also probably going to try to make her pay a certain amount of rent. So, you know, you're making $800 a month after taxes. You're getting your food stamps cut. You're getting your TANF cut. And, you know, they're going to go up on the rent on your government housing. So a lot of times these people really feel like it is a waste of their time to go and get a job. They're losing money if they go out and work. And that is the way that the government is set up for us to basically be dependent on them. That way I'm just going to keep it real. I know there are a lot of white people, Hispanic people, and other ethnicities who are on government assistance. I understand that. But I'm talking about black folk right now. They do this type of stuff to keep us dependent on them. My thing is this: if you're dependent on the government for everything, let me just ask this question to people who may feel like there's nothing wrong with people living off of the government. The government at any moment, okay, they can come and say, look, tomorrow there will be no more government assistance. There's not going to be any more Section 8. There's not going to be any more food stamps. There's not going to be any more welfare, anything like that. You're going to have to fend for yourself. You're going to have to take care of your own kids. You're going to have to buy your own food. What would you do? Don't say I'll go out and get a job, because it's going to take, that's a process. You're not going to go out and just get a job in 2 days, okay? You're not. So what are you going to do in the meantime, between time, if the government says right now, right here, right now, you will not be receiving any more government benefits, period? What would be your next move, okay? What will be your next move? That is an honest and serious question. What do you feel about people who feel like it's okay to live off the government and not go get a job? And like I said, in a lot of cases, it is true. They feel like, you know, they're losing money when they go and get, you know, a job and they get off their welfare or whatever. They really feel like they're losing money. So you guys, let me know what you feel about those two things that I just discussed, with the Mary J. Blige situation as well as the welfare situation. Let me know in the comment section below. There's a lot more other things that I want to come on and talk about, but you guys already know I have a whole lot of other things that are going on. So I will definitely be back with more topics. Also, if you guys are not following me on my Facebook page, I really encourage you to do so, because a lot of times I put up questions to where I want you guys to let me know things that you want me to discuss here on my channel, because a lot of times I can't come up with topics, girl. I'm gonna be real with you. You know, sometimes you won't see a video from me because I can't think of things to talk about. Y'all already know I don't like to turn on the camera when I don't have anything to talk about. So if you will, please go over and follow me on my Facebook page. The link is always in the description box down below. And just in case you don't like clicking the description box for whatever reason, my name on Facebook is ThickChickVlogs, the same as it is here on YouTube. So go over, add me as a friend, and when I start posting things that you guys want me to discuss here on this channel, just make sure that you leave your comment in the comment section when I put up that status, and I will definitely be speaking on it. Most of the time I just ask about celebrity news and current events and things like that. So make sure you guys go over and follow me on that page, and let me know what's going on. Shit. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.